One of my goals this year was to bring the community into my classroom. So when I saw the Google Hangout, I thought it would be a great way to try to get other businesses, other community members into our classroom without them having to spend a half an hour driving here or spending that time figuring out the communication, where they can just get on Google Hangout real quick and hang out with us for 10-15 minutes, and then they go back to their work and we go back to our work without that transportation issue. Our kids were not being able to question back to us. So I took another Young 5 classroom that was very willing to do Google Hangout and try it out, and we ended up taking both of our classes, reading a story, asking questions back and forth to each other, and making sure that they understood the concept of what a question is. It was one of the easiest things that I've done in my classroom, technology-wise. I'm kind of afraid of all this, to be honest, and it's taken me a few years to get comfortable with it, and this year was one of those years that I decided I was going to take the next step, and Google Hangout has been it. It took to set up maybe 5 minutes, if that, and it has really expanded my horizon in technology and how we use technology in my classroom. And the way that I got started is I just emailed Paul and said, I'm really interested in this. Can you please help me out? And he came over and gave me about a 15-minute how to do, and it was easy peasy. Some of the exciting moments that I've had with Google Hangout is the first experience my students had with it. We, again, like I said, connected with another Young 5 classroom, and they thought that they were getting on a bus to travel to Haverhill Elementary to see this other class. And I set them in front of the tech center and I said, we are not going to be going on a bus ride. We are going to make these friends through the computer. And they did not understand at all what was going to happen. And then when they actually saw the other class and could hear them and hear their classroom and see that their classroom had some of the same things that our classroom had, and they're learning about the same alpha friend that we're learning about, they had that instant connection. We did a virtual field trip with Binder Park Zoo. And it was Binder Park Zoo's first virtual field trip. It was my first virtual field trip with a zoo. I've watched a lot of them through Google Hangout, but nothing that was live back and forth that we could talk. And they got to see 3 animals, ask questions about the animals, see parts of the animals that they've never seen before. They're very comfortable with it now. They think they're superstars when they're in front of the Google Hangout. So sometimes I'll have one of my students read in front of another class, and it's just their face and that the other class gets to see and not the other students. And they feel confident in their reading, and the big part of that is to help them with their fluency. So when they're reading in front, the first few times they're stumbling over words and having a hard time, and you can see them shaking their books. But now that we've been doing it for a while, they get right in front, they're proud, they are confident in their reading. When we do classroom to classroom, none of the kids are hesitant to come up and ask a question or hesitant to answer a question. They're all excited about it. And when we're listening to a Google Hangout, like if we've done an author or a presentation, they all know the expectations of it, and they come and they're ready, just like an assembly, where it shows me that they're excited about it. They know the expectations and they're ready to learn. It's helped me grow as a teacher too. My big thing was that I've been asking all these people to do Google Hangouts with us, but I've never been on the other side teaching a lesson, and I wanted to know what that felt like. So I took on 3 Young 5 classrooms and taught a lesson to them. And it was very interesting to be on the other side. It was fun. I learned a lot about my teaching skills because I wasn't able to actually touch the students and interact with them as much as I do and get down to their level, like I tend to do with Young 5ers. But I was also able to use my words and explain things a little better than what I have.